Ladies and gentlemen, what is human resource management? Human resource management (HRM) refers to the process of managing people effectively and efficiently within an organization. Ladies and gentlemen, it includes recruitment, training, motivation, utilization, and maintenance of employees to achieve organizational goals. In public administration, human resources are considered the most valuable assets because no government plan or policy can succeed without capable and committed manpower. In a country like Nepal, HRM plays a vital role in strengthening public administration, improving service delivery, and promoting national development. Procurement of human resources. Procurement means acquiring qualified and capable employees for public service. It includes human resource planning, recruitment, selection, appointment, and placement. Okay, human resource planning, recruitment, appointment, and placement. In Nepal, recruitment in civil service is mainly conducted by the Public Service Commission through competitive examinations. Principles of the recruitment. Ladies and gentlemen, first, merit system, fair competition, inclusion and proportional representation, transparency, equal opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, in constitutional provisions, the Constitution of Nepal guarantees equality in public employment, inclusive representation, right to right to equality under Article number 18, and Public Service Commission under Part 23 of the Constitution ensures capable manpower, promotes professionalism, reduces favoritism and corruption. Development of human resources, ladies and gentlemen. Human resource development refers to improving employees' knowledge, skill, efficiency, and capacity through training and education. What are the methods of the human resource development? Training, workshop, education, higher education, skill development programs, leadership training, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the importance? It enhances productivity. Okay, it increases efficiency, it develops leadership, improves service delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the challenges in Nepal? Limited training resources, ladies and gentlemen, political interference, lack of modern technology, and brain drain. Utilization of human resources, ladies and gentlemen. Utilization of human resources means utilization means using employees effectively according to their skills and qualifications. Effective utilization includes proper placement, motivation, delegation of authority, performance evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the problems in Nepal? Misplacement of employees. Okay, that is problem. Misplacement of employees, ladies and gentlemen. Political influence, ladies and gentlemen. Lack of performance appraisal. Okay, what are the maintenance of human resources? Maintenance refers to protecting employees' welfare and job satisfaction. Maintenance refers to protecting employees' welfare and job satisfaction. Maintenance measures fair salary, FAIR, fair salary, promotion opportunities, pension and social security, safe working environment, health facilities. What are the importance, ladies and gentlemen? It increases motivation, reduces employee turnover, ladies and gentlemen, improves commitment. Some important Lokshya points are here, ladies and gentlemen. Human resources are the backbone of administration. Merit-based recruitment ensures efficiency, training improves administrative capacity, employee welfare increases productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, What is public financial management? PFM. Public financial management PFM refers to the management of government revenue, expenditure, budgeting, accounting, auditing, and financial control. It ensures proper use of public money for national development and public welfare. Okay, public financial management refers to the management of government revenue, expenditure, budgeting, accounting, auditing, and financial control. It ensures proper use of public money for national development and public welfare. Budget is an annual financial statement showing estimated income and expenditure of the government. What are the objectives of public financial management? Ladies and gentlemen, there are several objectives of public financial management, but some of them are here. Efficient use of public funds, economic stability, development planning, financial discipline, transparency, and accountability. What is the budget system in Nepal, ladies and gentlemen? Budget preparation process. The budget system of Nepal is in federal, state, and local structure. Okay, it operates in uh, federal, uh, state, and local, provincial, and local levels. uh, Budget preparation process. At first, policy formulation, ladies and gentlemen, then estimating of revenue and expenditure, then budget discussion, ladies and gentlemen, then approval by parliament, then implementation, then monitoring and evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the types of budget? Balanced budget, surplus budget, deficit budget, and performance budget, and program budget. Ladies and gentlemen, constitutional provisions. The Constitution of Nepal includes annual budget presentation by the government, parliamentary approval of expenditure, financial procedures, and accountability. Auditor General provisions. Important constitutional bodies: Ministry of Finance, National Planning Commissions, Office of the Auditor General. Problems in Nepal: budget leakage, ladies and gentlemen, corruption, delay implementation, low capital expenditure, weak monitoring. Ladies and gentlemen, reform measures: digital digital financial management, strong auditing system, transparent procurement, and public participation. What is public financial management? Ladies and gentlemen, public financial management ensures transparency, accountability, and effective utilization of public funds. Okay. Do you know what is public financial management? Refers to the management of government revenue, expenditure, budgeting, accounting, auditing, and financial control. Ladies and gentlemen, what is government accounting and auditing system in Nepal? Government accounting is the process of recording, classifying, summarizing, and reporting government financial transactions. Okay. Government accounting is the process of recording, classifying, summarizing, and reporting government financial transactions. Auditing is the examination of financial records to ensure legality, accuracy, and transparency. Okay. Auditing is the examination of financial records to ensure legality, accuracy, and transparency. Accounting and auditing are essential for financial discipline and public accountability. Accounting and auditing are essential for financial discipline and public accountability. Government accounting system. Objectives are here: maintain financial records, prevent misuse of public funds, ensure transparency, support decision making. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the features? A rule-based system, double entry accounting, annual financial reporting, major institutions, financial Comptroller General Office (FCGO), Financial Comptroller General Office (FCGO), Financial Comptroller General Office. Okay, Ministry of Finance, Treasury Offices, auditing systems in Nepal, ladies and gentlemen. Auditing checks whether public money is spent legally and effectively or not. Okay, auditing is the process of financial record recording to ensure transparency, accountability, and legality. Types of audit: internal audit, external audit, performance audit, compliance audit. Auditor General. The Constitution of Nepal establishes the office of the Auditor General, an independent constitutional body. Okay, the Constitution of Nepal establishes the office of the Auditor General. The Constitution of Nepal establishes the office of the Auditor General as the independent constitutional body. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the functions? Audit government offices, audit constitutional bodies, submit annual reports to the president. Okay, audit government offices, audit constitutional bodies, submit annual reports to the president. Importance of auditing, ladies and gentlemen: prevents corruption, promotes accountability, strengthens financial discipline, builds public trust. What are the challenges in Nepal? Weak implementation, political interference, lack of skilled manpower. Ladies and gentlemen, weak implementation, political interference, lack of skilled manpower. Accounting records transactions, auditing verifies legality and efficiency. Auditor General is a constitutional body. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the financial management and social accountability? Financial management refers to planning, organizing, controlling, and monitoring. Planning, organizing, controlling, and monitoring financial resources effectively. Social accountability means citizens and civil society hold public officials accountable for their actions and use of public funds. Importance of financial management: proper use of resources, economic development, financial discipline, efficient public service delivery, social accountability mechanisms, public hearing, social audit, citizen charter or public charter. Okay, social accountability mechanisms are public hearing, social audit, citizen charter, right to information, public participation, governance handling system. Sorry, grievance handling system, constitutional and legal provisions. The Constitution guarantees right to information, transparency, accountability in governance, public participation. Importance of social accountability: reduces corruption, enhances transparency, increases public trust, promotes participatory governance. Challenges in Nepal: lack of awareness, weak monitoring, political influence, low citizen participation. Ladies and gentlemen, social accountability strengthens democratic governance and public trust. Social accountability strengthens democratic governance and public trust. Development planning and current periodic plan. Ladies and gentlemen, development planning refers to a systematic process of setting national goals. Okay, development planning is the systematic way or systematic process of setting national goals, priorities, policies, and programs for economic and social development. Nepal follows periodic planning to achieve long-term development goals. History of periodic plans in Nepal. Nepal started planned development in 1956 with the first five-year plan. Nepal started planning development in 1956 with the first five-year plan. Objectives of development planning: economic growth, poverty reduction, infrastructure development, employment generation, social justice. Current periodic plan. नेपालको वर्तमान आवधिक योजनाले आर्थिक समृद्धि, सुशासन, रोजगारी, सामाजिक न्याय र दिगो विकासलाई प्राथमिकता दिएको छ। ओके। Major priorities, ladies and gentlemen, agriculture modernization, hydropower development, hydropower development and agriculture modernization are major, ladies and gentlemen. We know then agricultural modernization and hydropower development, ladies and gentlemen, industrial growth, tourism promotion, digital grievance, digital governance, अथवा grievance handling system. Okay, employment generation, ladies and gentlemen, role of national planning commission, ladies and gentlemen. The national planning commission is the main body responsible for preparing periodic plan. Challenges: political instability, resource limitations, corruption, weak implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, planning guides national development. Periodic plans set long-term goals. NPC is the central planning body. National Planning Commission is the central planning body. Participatory planning and development. Ladies and gentlemen, participatory planning means involving people, stakeholders, and local communities in the planning and development process. It is a democratic approach to development. Instead of top down planning, participatory planning encourages bottom up participation where citizens help identify local needs and priorities. Ladies and gentlemen, participatory planning means involving people, stakeholders, and local communities in the planning and development process. It is a democratic approach to development. Instead of top down planning, participatory planning encourages bottom up participation where citizens help identify local needs and priorities. Importance: increases public ownership, improves transparency, ensures local needs are addressed. Importance are here: increases public ownership. Okay, participatory planning means involving people, stakeholders, and community in the planning and development process. It is a democratic approach to development. Okay, instead of top down planning, participatory planning encourages bottom up participation where citizens help identify local needs and priorities. What are the importance, ladies and gentlemen? Increases public ownership, improves transparency, ensures the local needs are addressed, strengthens democracy, enhances effectiveness of development projects. Okay, strengthens democracy, ensures local needs are addressed. Okay, ensures local needs. Okay, and ensures local needs are addressed. And process of participatory planning, identification of local needs, community discussion, priority setting, resource allocation, implementation. Okay, process of participatory planning, ladies and gentlemen, identification of local needs, ladies and gentlemen, community discussion, priority setting, resource allocation, implementation, monitoring and evaluation, ladies and gentlemen, constitutional provisions. The Constitution of Nepal promotes decentralization, inclusive participation, local self governance. Okay, local self governance, federal democratic governance. Local governments have authority to prepare local development plans with public participation. Local governments have authority to prepare local development plans with public participation. Challenges in Nepal: lack of awareness, political domination, limited resources, weak coordination, measures for improvement, capacity building, public awareness, decentralization strengthening, community empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, looks your important line. Participatory planning ensures people-centered and inclusive development. Participatory planning ensures people-centered and inclusive development. Ladies and gentlemen, conclusion. Resource management and planning are fundamental components of public administration and national development. Okay, resource management and planning are fundamental components of public administration and national development. Human resource management, financial management, accounting, auditing, development planning, and participatory governance together strengthen transparency, accountability, efficiency, and sustainable development. Thank you so much.